Hey, what's good? My name's Liam Griffiths, aka Dr.Griffs, and I'm a current DJ at the University of Rochester. I've been DJing here for about 4 to 5 years now, and in this time, I learned that there's a lot of different things that go in parties. Each party is different, each party atmosphere as well is different. This video will be about showcasing specifically what it's like to be a black student at the U of R and what their party experiences are like here at the U of R. To do this, I interviewed some of the black students that attend this campus, and I asked them what their experiences were like, because we all have different experiences, and I want to see if there's any correlation between things they were saying. So I asked all the people in these interviews if they would mind if I put this on YouTube, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna show you some of the clips of the different things that they said and things that they witnessed, and I'll try to input some of the footage of what I was able to capture. Okay. My first question is, what is a party?
I think party, in order to say party, you have to like sort of define the different levels of like a hangout type of thing. You have a hangout, when you're with your squad, it's like don't invite nobody else but just us. We're gonna chill. There might be alcohol, there might not be. It's whatever, but it's like low key chill vibes.
Okay.
Calm. It's calm.
Okay.
Then there's a kickback. It's like, okay, we're not gonna get too crazy. It's definitely in a house. It's not like a whole event off campus or off in somebody's whatever. It's in somebody's house. There's probably alcohol, but it's not going to be like invite everybody. It's low key, but it's a little bit more turned up. There's probably going to be one person that's drunk, but like it's not going to be like, it's not going to be crazy.
Okay.
Then there's a party. A party is like a whole event. It could be at the house. It could be someplace off campus at a venue, whatever. It might have an Eventbrite. It might not have an Eventbrite, but it's something a little bit turned up. There's probably going to be the expectation of alcohol or your pregame before. People should be ready to be entertained. And then there's a whole function.
What's a function?
A function or a movie or a whole like lituation is like turned all the way up.
Okay.
You're dressing nice or you're not like just wearing like your fuckboy fits. You're like putting some effort in. You beat the face, you get your girls, you get your, like everyone's just coming together to be cute. And this might be, I don't know if a function is ever at someone's house. I think you gotta like to accommodate for everyone bringing their friends. People drive up out of town for a function or for a movie. I think it's a bigger event. You definitely have either an Eventbrite page or you have some type of flyer advertising.
Some like heavy promotion type thing.
Heavy promotion type thing. And it's wild. And no matter what culture you're in, it's the most hype version of whatever y'all do. Turned all the way up.
So what are parties like on this campus?
On the U of R's campus, the first thing to say, the parties are scarce. You can rarely catch a party, but I think parties on this campus are enjoyable. They're really good. A lot of people come to these parties because the black community is very small on this campus, so they pack out whatever building they're in. Just if we're just limiting to the people on this campus. However, during larger parties, people from other campuses, the surrounding campuses like Nazareth, Brockport, RIT, and MCC do come, and there's really usually a large turnout. A lot of people packed together, a lot of sweat, a lot of movement, a lot of A's. And when I say A, I mean people going A because like they're either enjoying the dancing of one person or a group of people, or the music, or themselves. Parties on this campus are good. I feel like they're great, and which is why I define them also as a study break, because at the University of Rochester, people pride themselves on academics and work really hard, and parties are scarce. So those parties that do come up, people take the time out of their day from studying, or their night from studying, or writing that 20-page paper that's due in about 24 hours, and to wind down, they go to these parties to really enjoy themselves and connect themselves with other people on this culture and the other people on this campus and their culture.
Okay. Where do you usually find parties with music that you could dance to? Or is there a place you find parties with music you can dance to?
Usually the ones hosted by like black students.
Okay.
Or minority students. or DJs, specific DJs.
All right. If you know any DJ, you give him a shout out.
DJ dr.griffs.
But more seriously, so in your opinion, there's a distinction between, I guess, black DJs and white.
I think.
What are you saying?
Certain DJs of color are probably more in tune with the latest music for like latest hip hop and trap music, like certain DJs. Usually the frat parties here they don't really have DJs, they have like random guys who have like a Spotify playlist and just play whatever comes up. But there are certain people who are more in tune with like what people really want to hear. So yeah.
Cool. Another question. What have you observed in these parties? Is there like a difference in, I guess,
between like what and what?
So you just explained that there's like black DJs and there's also like these frat guy DJs that kind of play on Spotify, right? My question to you, is there a difference between the actual parties?
I think the parties hosted by minority students are a little more wild, like in different ways. Like the frat parties are more like everyone kind of stands by themselves in a group, and more people in minority parties or Caribbean parties, they dance with each other more often. The music is different, obviously. The behavior is kind of different. Like in frat parties, people make out a lot more than like in minority people parties, like black parties and like Caribbean parties. But
so when you say make out, I'm almost like, what do you mean?
Like kissing. Like there's a lot of touching between like couples. There is more open. Like PDA is more open there versus like Caribbean parties.
Interesting. So far, have mentioned that they're making out in white parties. Do you see that in black parties or?
No, not really. We're more of like, because like a good portion of people that go to black parties, like especially like black males in general, will go to parties with one of two ideas in mind. One to just go have fun and dance with like different girls and everything like that. And then there's the other one that's like, oh, I'm trying to like bag a girl. I'm trying to get a girl to like go home with or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be like, if they're doing that, they'll dance and then they'll be like, okay, cool. Like she's like really feeling me. And then you like talk to her. And then like any like intimacy or anything like that will happen like in private.
Okay.
You know? At frat parties, it's more likely to just be like out in the open. Like you'll just be sitting down. You'll just be sitting down on the couch, and then next thing you know, two people just like fall right next to you. They start like making out with you and stuff like that. It's just like thing. And like when I went freshman year, I really tried to like dive deep into the whole frat culture type thing.
Yeah.
So like I did end up like making out with someone at a frat party. But it was just like it wasn't a pleasant experience, I'll say that. It wasn't a pleasant experience. Yeah.
We all have our moments, I guess. I didn't have that moment. for those who might be listening, I was laughing because the last time I went to a frat party, it was in one of the houses. I was sitting there, and two people literally just fell right next to me and started making out with each other. And I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna move. Like, like I was here first. So when he said that, I brought up some interesting memories. Sorry.
Me personally, I prefer going to CPP, which is Colored People Party, than PWI parties, predominantly white institution.
You gotta shake the camera. Sorry.
Predominantly white parties because I like dancing and I like, I want to do my little thing, throw it back, throw it forward, sure. I don't like being the only person doing that at predominantly white parties because I might be one of like maybe 6 and like a really good song comes on surprisingly. I'm like, oh shit, this is my song, I'm about to kill it. But there's like there's no hype crowd. Where is the hype crowd? Where is the love, sis? Where? Two, where is the smooth transition? So like when you think you about to stop, you go right back into it. There's none of that. It just stops right in the middle of it. It just falls off. That's not how you do it. And third, it's like I don't like being the token person to show people how to dance or know how to do a certain move. Like either it's a quick, grind, whine, millie, whatever. I don't like showing people. I mean, on the off chance, like, when outside of a party, I'm like, yeah, sure, I can show you. Like, you know, you can watch a YouTube video. But me being the only person there, I feel like I'm the token person. Or, like, the handful of people of color there are the token people to, like, ask the questions of. And it's like, I'm not trying to teach a class. I'm trying to throw that at... Anyway. You know, like life. So that's just like one of the grievances I have with going to parties, because it's not diverse enough where like I can find people who like know either dance like me or dance better, because you know I can always learn at a party, or I just go there and it's like not a lot of moving or dancing to the songs, so I end up doing it myself and it gets kind of bland. It's like, once again, there's no hype crowd, there's no friend. That's why you bring friends with you, because you know you want to do your thing, but you can't do your thing if no one else is doing it or like trying to do it, and it just gets bland for me.
It's usually when you go in, or I guess for my case, when I go in, I'm usually looking for familiar faces, and they're usually little to none, but I do find, you know, one or two friends from time to time down there, and I do come with a few, but usually it's either you hear the same songs in most of the frets. It's almost like they have a playlist, a specific playlist that they play every weekend. And so you'll hear the same songs. It's usually one type of demographic. Of the majority of the demographic is Caucasian people, white people. And they're usually pretty inebriated. There's a lot of people, just randomly hooking up.
Hooking up, what do you mean by that?
Hooking, kissing, usually touching, and at times that adds to the scary factor of it, is because a lot of them are very inebriated that you're not sure there's any consent actually that went on prior to those actions. So that's the part of the scary part of the frat experience, I guess, that I've had personally.
Okay.
And sometimes my friends and I step in and just pull somebody away because we're not comfortable necessarily, or we ask, are you okay?
Yeah.
But that's what typically goes on, just a lot of people hooking up, a lot of people inebriated.
And what's like the black party experience?
So most of the houses, so if there's a party in Deer Lake, there's no substances allowed, and if people are in any way or sort of form inebriated, it's usually at a manageable extent. And this is based on my personal experience, not based on bias. But yeah, so that's just how the parties that I've attended at DLH or anywhere off campus is how they go. I've never, I've never seen anybody hooking up on the dance floor where really, I've seen people, people usually just, are focused about dancing and, who am I going to dance with next, or what song is getting played. It's more of a party experience than, I guess, the frat experiences that I've had, where it's really like I stated before, it's really about getting into the house, and then once you get in, it's just you're kind of lost, at a loss for what to do if you're not trying to engage, in a random hookup or, get inebriated or intoxicated, because the music's going to be the same. Yeah, it's not very engaging. It's not very welcoming, I'd say, and it's almost like a trance. It's not a new experience, and it's not an experience that I want to be accustomed to necessarily, or look forward to. So yeah, on the flip side, it's almost like when my friends and I go to a party at DLH or other minority fraternity or house. We're there for the party experience, so we're there to have a good time, regardless of whether, there are any substances available. And we do take pride in the music that's being played, and we do put that into account of whether we're going to stay or not. That's not the case in a frat party, because like I said before, a lot of people before going to frat parties do take the extra step of making sure they are inebriated and they are drunk. So in that case, you're not even conscious of the music. You don't even care.
Wow.
At the end of the day.
Damn. Thank you for this breakdown. You have any final words or comments or anything?
Not. I don't know. Let me say. I mean, I enjoy Dr. Griff's parties. You guys should go to them.
This is not a paid advertisement.
It's not. It's not. But I trust this man so much that if his name wasn't a flyer, I don't know, 2 hours away, I'd probably drive because
thank you.
I would know that it would be a good party at the end of the day.
Huh. That's fascinating. So, what do you think is the purpose of people who attend like black parties versus white parties? Do you think there's a difference?
I think it really depends on the as much as people would not like to hear this, the race of the individual. If I'm going to a black party, I'm going because I want to enjoy myself. I want to see people I haven't seen. I want to, as we will colloquially say or say, hey, I'm gonna catch a lick of wine from from a young lady or sorts. Or if I was going to a white party, I think it'd be less about that and more about, I'm not sure why I'd go to a white party, to be very honest. I don't enjoy them, but I think if I went, it'd be more for a social experiment, seeing what they're doing, how they're doing it. And I think the opposite is also true. I think when white people do attend black parties, predominantly black parties, they are there for a social experiment, to enjoy black music, to enjoy black dance, to enjoy everything what their culture encompasses. But when they go to white parties or parties that they would normally go to, they experience what they always experienced, so they enjoy their culture. And I think this speaks to a larger thing we have in America called information silos, where people love to stay in their own bubbles and see what and enjoy what their culture has to offer. And there's nothing wrong with that, but we don't take the time to go out and enjoy other people's culture. And as I've stated, I'm a victim of that as well, because reaching out to the opposite side, or I don't want to sound oppositional, but people across the aisle is something that's difficult, because it makes it seem as if we have no connection.
Wow, that sounds like a whole thesis of yours. That's spat out right there.
I think it's important, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I think it's important because parties speak to a huge amount of culture, and it's indicative of the society we live in. So when we speak about parties, I think it's a lot more than just the between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. that we're talking about. I think it speaks from 1776 to 2017.
As in the founding of America?
Yes.
Okay. You a history major?
No, I do study education policy at the University of Rochester.
Oh, calm. Okay. Is there anything else you want to say about parties or party culture?
I think parties are great. I think people need to attend parties all the time. They're a great way to rest your mind and ease your soul from studying. I do think that you should listen to the music that you're going to listen to at home. Plug tip, if you're not a good dancer, practice at home, because it is a form of what we call woofing. If you need to be able to express yourself well enough. It's going to be on social media, so you don't want to look like a bozo on social media. But yeah, parties are great, but they also speak to a lot more of the society we live in. So I think parties should continue to happen, and I think also, random plug, I think people need to hire Dr. Griffs for their parties if they do have something coming up, because he's a great DJ. He's fantastic. I'm not saying that because I'm not saying that because I'm his friend. I'm saying that because I go to his parties, and every time I leave, I'm like, I got what I paid for.
Wow. Thank you. Do you have any questions for me, or?
No. I hope you continue to keep on DJing very well and get better and spread your music and your purpose to the masses, and I hope this project ends up well.
Thank you. Once again, this is not a paid advertisement.
This is not a paid advertisement.
Thank you, Rashad. All right.